Today we're going to be wrapping this BMW M4, but this ain't no ordinary M4. This is Joe James's M4 that got set on fire maliciously. If you haven't seen a video of this getting set on fire, I'll insert it somewhere here. But the first time I've seen it and hearing Joe scream, seeing it get set on fire, sent a shiver through my body. Honestly, it's awful to see what jealous people can do.
What just happened? Someone's set on fire! On fire.
So when he reached out and asked me to wrap his BMW M4, of course I said yes. And to help him regain faith in humanity, I offered to do this completely for free. All he had to pay for was the material. So we're going to be wrapping this in Avery Dennison. I forgot you opened it. And like always, we're going to be doing a full shuts and returns wrap on this because we don't cut corners around here. We got one less panel to wrap because luckily Joe was kind enough to buy a carbon boot lid. So no boot returns on this one, unfortunately. And then to finish it off, we're going to put some PPF on his carbon bonnet. Right, so Joe's rebuilt it after the fire. Now he's got to strip it all down again for me to wrap it.
Big respect to Joe. You got to give credit where credit is due. It's mad to see how far he's come in just 12 months. From buying an M4 at just age 22 to having it set on fire on his driveway just 2 hours later, with no money in the bank and looking like there's no hope. Most people would have just given up. But not Joe. He wanted to show the world he could rebuild it, even though most people said it wasn't possible. So well done, Joe. You really should be proud of yourself, mate.
We found something for Stephen to clean. Right, let's start wrapping. We're going to start with the door shut. We're going to do all this bit here, which is quite fiddly. Once we've done that bit, I'll try on to this bit more. Let's start wrapping this guy.
As this is Joe's first wrap, it's only right that he has full shuts and returns, so let's go ahead and wrap this door return first.
So, it's Friday 13 and I burnt my phone.
It was on there, on the metal step, in front of the fireball. Is it still a different colour?
The dreaded Friday 13. You always think something bad's gonna happen, and bang, something did. I burnt my phone, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna let it get me down, so let's get back to wrapping this door return.
Right guys, we have one door return all wrapped up and it is looking fresh if I say so myself. Do you agree, Stephen, Mr. Cameraman?
Big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up. So now that is done, we're going to move on to the quarter. So before we wrap this bit, we're going to do an inlay here first and an inlay in here first. This is because Joe has said he does want to wrap again in the future, so we're going to keep it satin black in there, and then if he wants to change it, all he has to do is take off this, all the shuts are wrapped, and we've got a new colour on. And also, the paintwork ain't the best, so it's better to put the inlay in there first and put more stress on the vinyl. Let's put some inlays in.
And of course, we're going to be wrapping his hinges, because we don't cut corners around here.
Right, it is now time for the first big panel, and we're going to do his passenger rear quarter, which he replaced in the accident. So we're going to start here. We've got our knifeless tee set up down the window. so we can get full coverage down there. We have all our inserts done, here, and again some more knifeless tape down here, so we can get a nice join there. And like I said, whenever he wants to change the colour of this, he'll have all his shuts in satin black ready. Right, that's enough of me yapping on, let's get wrapping.
And you won't even know what hit you when I'm done. I'm not done with you. 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 I'm barely even started. I'm not done with you. I barely even started. I'm not done with you. I'm barely even started.
Now both the rear quarters are laid, let's move on to the rear bumper.
You're my soul. You're my soul. You're my heart, my wonderwall. You're my soul. You're my soul.
It's time for Joe to have a go at rapping. Let's chuck him on this door and see how he does.
You're my soul.
Right, maybe rapping's not for me.
Now let's chuck him on the handle recess. Most people can't get this first time, but I'm not gonna lie, Joe actually did, so maybe there is some hope. And then he tried the top of the door where the window rail would go. What he needed to do was feed the vinyl in, but he kept on trying to bridge it and then trying to push the bubble out. And I just kept on lifting it up and saying no. He really couldn't get his head around this one, but we weren't going to let him off easy, was we? I was feeling brave and gave him my knife. I wanted to see if he could trim the vinyl down. Luckily, he didn't need to cut directly on the paint. All he needed to do was angle his blade on the edge of the panel.
Yeah, shit it is. I thought I'd done it there.
And then to finish off, we let him feed the vinyl into the recessed area on the edge of the door, which goes closest to the wing. Now, this is a stupid design from BMW, because even if you didn't want shuts and returns, we would have to remove your doors to be able to wrap them. And now for the front bumper. To start this off, we used the back slitter to cut the backing paper in half. We did this so we could do one side at a time to make it easier for install and also to stop any contamination.
Right, the satin black is all laid now. All we need to do is get Joe to build it up. And while he's doing that, we're going to put some PPF on his bonnet. And here we have it, guys. Joe James's M4 fully wrapped up in satin black. What do you think?
I melt in your hands, soaked in sweat.